Hello, church. Getting this out a little bit late this week. Just been a busy week. The song I plan on using is "Great Is Thy Faithfulness." Um, it's not been a rough week. Week's going good, but just a whole lot of things happening that you just got to sit back and let God. Received word within the last day or two of my cousin, Dave Stevens. He lives in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and he just had a heart cath done and has been diagnosed with Parkinson's. And the reason why that affects me more than things like that does is because Dave we were sort of twins growing up. He was my mother's son, my mother's sister's son, and we were both in Altoona. Dad was pastor at Juniata, and we would do all kinds of things together. He was just, I think, 6 months older than me, but because of where his birthday fell, he was actually a grade in school higher than mine. But I can remember on one of our days off from school, going to school with him. I can remember summers and spent a lot of summers there. And we would ride our bikes from his house clear into Juniata, which was quite a distance for early or high elementary, maybe junior high age kids to go swimming 2 or 3 times a week at the community pool there in Juniata. So given our time frame together as kids and our age similarities, him having health issues, he needs our prayers. I love him to death. Haven't had a lot of contact over my adult years because we moved away. But as a kid, even after we moved away, I'd go back for many a weeks at a time, just to spend the summer with them and go swimming and all those other things that we would do growing up. So that hit me. Then I got word of my brother-in-law, my oldest sister's husband, having some, he's had ongoing health issues. In fact, he's had 2 kidney transplants, both of them given by one of his brothers, 2 of his brothers. He has 4 brothers, so I guess he could do 2 more, but he has been fighting stage 4 cancer, and now with his latest checkup, he has some other cancer issues, one related to what he's been going through, another totally unrelated. And so that came down yesterday. Wednesday yesterday we met with Judy and had communion with her, and then anointed her for her coming surgery today. We're sitting here waiting for the phone to ring to find out how that went. But it's nothing that necessarily affects me spiritually or mentally or anything, but it does remind me that God is always faithful. And even through the everyday things of life, we need to find uh, a way to latch onto and keep hold of that faithfulness that he gives. Um, the history of this song, Great is Thy Faithfulness, um, there is nothing that made the author write this song in particular except the fact that every day God was faithful in his life. Um, he had a lot of health issues, and so he learned early on to depend on the great physician to keep him through, get him through each and every day. And as we get older, even in younger days, we need to learn to trust God in everything, no matter what. So I hope these words will speak to you. Listen to what they say. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. I was sitting in line at the bank today and looked out my window, and I thought it was wood ash falling down from somebody's stove burning, but it was actually snow. April 1st. Some of the postings of my friends on Facebook up around the lakes, up around Winona Lake, shows snow on the ground on April 1st. It's spring, and spring's not very dependable, is it? But God is. Summer or winter, springtime or harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. God is more faithful than the weather. He's in charge of it, and he can change it anytime he feels like it. Pardon for sin, and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. God is ever faithful. We fail so many times in our faithfulness to him. May the words of this hymn and the faithfulness of our God and Father and our Lord Jesus Christ remind us, because he's faithful, we need to be faithful. Not only in the way that we live, but in our willingness to vocalize our faith in him. think I was reading a quote of D.L. Moody today that basically said 15% of the people will read the Bible. 85% will read Christians. And what he meant by that is people are watching us as followers of Jesus Christ. And that may be the only Bible they ever see and read. And so we need to be faithful to God so that people can see in us the hope that we have because he lives. Easter's a good Sunday to invite someone to church. We're starting things early. It may be too early to invite a friend to at 7:30, but invite them to breakfast and then morning worship. Either way, get out there and be faithful. Faithful followers, faithful witnesses, and faithful lovers of God. God bless. Love you. Bye.